Hello, I'm Felix from GMWolf, and today we will be covering surfaces. In this tutorial, I will go over what surfaces are and how to use them with GameMaker. So, surfaces are like a persistent canvas that you can draw on, and you can imagine them as sort of a sprite that you can edit by drawing onto it. So you would have kind of like you create your surface like that, for example, and then you can, at any time, you can draw a sprite onto it. So let's say you draw a circle over here, and then you draw a square over here, and then you draw a triangle here. I don't know what you want to do, and other sprites here and whatever like that. And then you can, like once you drew on them with the standard drawing functions, you can simply put it anywhere inside your drawing window. So you can put it maybe over here, and then you could put one there and rotate it or scale it, like so. I don't know, put it anywhere you like, and then add another one over here, etc, etc. So it's really useful because you can draw on it at any time. This means that at one frame you might have this one, and then in the second frame you add a few squares onto it, for example, and now you see you can next frame you have this one instead, so you see you've got new stuff added to it, and the old stuff remains, so you don't have to redraw it again. So you can draw your whole level on there if you wanted to, and then put it onto the screen, so you only have to draw it once, and then you have a big sprite of your whole level. Of course, it's not what it was made for, but that's one way of using them. So what's extremely useful is that, say you have your level, and so let's make a new file over here. Don't save. So say you have your level over here, and you create an explosion mark. What you could do is create an object and simply have your explosion mark over here. Now, you want your explosion mark to stay the whole game because you made a crater. So you won't imagine you made loads and loads of them, then you end up with loads and loads of objects everywhere. That's quite bad. So what you can do is actually create a surface the size of your game, about the size of your game, like so, and then every time you have an explosion, you just draw a new explosion mark onto your screen, and maybe 10 seconds later another one gets under, etc, etc, and then you can simply just draw your surface onto your screen. So let's see how we can use it within GameMaker. It's really quite simple. So let's open up a project. So right now I have a project set up with a simple car that can move around. I won't show you how I did it, but it's really quite simple. Yeah, I think you should be able to figure it out. So as you can see, it's a very simple car that can move around. Not very realistic, and only spent a bit of time doing this. So let's see how we can add some more interest to it. Let's try having it just leave a trail of I don't know, a blue mark behind it onto the screen. So the first thing we have to do is create a new object. Let's have the obj surface. So this object will be in charge of the whole surface thing. So let's create some new events, the create event, and let's simply create a surface. So to create a surface, you just use the surface underscore create function, and this will create your surface. Now you need to supply the width and height. So we want it to be same size as the room, which currently is 640 by 480, and you can just close the brackets and semicolon. Now right now you create a surface, but you have no way to reference it. So when you use surface create, it will actually return a value, and that value will be the ID, kind of the the ID of that surface. So you need to store it inside a variable, so let's call it surface is equal to surface create for 640, 480. So we just created a surface. It doesn't do much. Let's draw it to the screen. So add an event, draw, and let's just use draw underscore surface. And as you can see, we need to give it the ID, which we have it stored inside the surface variable. Then we need to say to draw it at 0, 0. So that is drawn at the top left of the screen, so it fits the screen perfectly. Now, right now it won't do anything because we still have to draw onto that. So inside the object car event, we could actually, let's do this inside the surface event. It's going to be a little easier. So first of all, you have to tell GameMaker that you're about to draw onto that surface. So you need to set the surface. So you go surface underscore set. Nope. Is that not it? No, that's not the one. Sorry. Draw set surface, I believe. I forgot the actual function. That's embarrassing. Surface set target. That's the one. There you go. I remembered it. So you have surface set target, and then you want to find your surface, which is surface. Remember, that's what we stored the ID into. Then you want to draw whatever. So we want the car to leave a trail. So let's just draw a circle. And we could draw that at the X position of the car, and the Y position of the car, and then the radius of the circle, maybe 16, I'm not sure. And we don't want it to be a null line. And then we want to reset the target, surface underscore reset target. So this will basically tell it, okay, so I'm currently drawing onto the surface, put a circle where the car is, and now I'm not drawing to the surface anymore, and draw the surface. So quite simple, really. So let's press OK, OK. Now we do have a problem. This surface might appear on top of the car. That we want it to be underneath. So you see in your object properties over here, you have the depth. So the depth of the car is 0, and the depth of the surface is 0. Now we want the surface to be further away from the screen than the car, so that the car gets drawn over it. So you can simply change the depth of the surface to 1, for example, and it will be 1 unit behind the car, so that the surface will be drawn first, and then the car over it. Okay, so let's place the surface object inside the room and see if it behaves like it should. Now, this is of course a very simple use of it right here, where we're just leaving a trail behind the car, as you can see, working pretty well. However, we can, this could be used to draw maybe some trails of some skid marks when the car is skidding or whatever, to give, a lot more interest to the game. So, as you can see, all the objects are staying after they're being drawn, even though I'm only drawing them once every step. But now I have it looks like a bunch of objects, when really it's a surface. So I only have two objects, 2 instances in this room. However, I'm able to continually leave a trail behind the car using surfaces. Now, it is noteworthy that surfaces should be normally kept at powers of 2. So that is 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, 64, etc. And that is just to do with memory. So what you'll do is either have a power of 2 or about the size of your room if you want it to cover your room. So that's it for surfaces, guys. As you can see, surfaces can be used to do quite a few interesting things. In fact, you can manipulate them to such a point that you can get some really awesome graphical effects. And really, I totally think you guys should be using it in your games. Thanks for watching, guys. If you liked this video, please like and subscribe for more videos on Game Maker tutorials, and I'll see you guys next time.